All right, other Sunday afternoon game is at the Giants Stadium between the GWS Giants and the St Kilda Saints. New faces for the Giants. We're looking at Tanner Brun. I believe it's pronounced. Good Brun, a good German name.
Did he cry? Was he the one that was crying?
No, he wasn't crying. He was just...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, at least he's excited.
He's a Geelong boy, mate.
But I think, look, hey, if you
he wanted to go to Geelong.
If you don't like where you're at, you don't then come out in your very first outing for the club, kick 4 goals. All right, so just
respect it.
Actions speak louder than non-verbal.
Be thankful to be in the league.
The old Matt Wurst. Is that what we call him? Because he's got the German name, Mr. Matt Wurst.
Steady.
Geelong will always be there.
Yes.
Dominate now.
It calls him home. But look, Brun, however you want to pronounce it, he's playing. Matty Flynn, congratulations to the big fella. He's not watching this, but congratulations to him anyways. 1,944 days between getting drafted and playing a game. That is ripping form, and we love that. Had a busted ACL in between time. Feel good story. Get around it.
Persistence.
On the other side of things, you've got Higgins. Feel good story. Good to see him back out. Tommy Highmore's coming in for the Saints. And another feel-good story, I think, in Paul Hunter, who spent 4 years on a list with the Crows, didn't get a Guernsey, and now he got cut out in no man's land. Next minute, he's lining up round 1 for a premiership contender. So we love that. We love that all the way around.
Yep.
Again, I'd like to punch this one out in short order.
Yep.
We're a bit flabby in the middle. Let's suck in the gut a little bit.
Just real quick.
Hit me.
I've got a bit of egg on my face about Paul Hunter, as you do as well. When the Saints signed him, we gave a lot of lip service, thinking, why on earth would you sign a backup ruckman? Mm-hmm. And here we are 6 weeks later, starting for a premiership contender.
He's a humble pie.
Lots of it.
Oh well, Kieran Strawn, step up. That's what.
No, he'll go to Sydney or something like that and win a Brownlow, something dumb like that. I promise you.
Look, this is actually a tough game to pick first round up, because I don't know what the Giants are going to be. They are up and down at the best of times, but now they've got no one to kick their goals. Jeremy Cameron was their focal point. Some of the other guys, Finlayson and Himmelberg and Riccardi, they're going to have to step up. Saints got a great list, but they're all on the injury list at the moment.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of trouble there. So it's going to be interesting to see how Stephen Coniglio goes this year.
Indeed.
He's got to bounce back. They need more from him. Last year was a real down year.
Yep.
I would expect that he'll bounce back a little bit. I'm taking the Saints 1-39, but I don't know how confident I am on it.
It's his coin flip, isn't it?
I'm going to agree on that too, just because the Giants were inconsistent at best last year.
Grand final hangover.
Oh, it just I want to say they played some good footy, because they did in moments, but most of the time, Giants sharting in the bed was pretty much sums up what my kind of interpretation of their games were.
Their ball movement was just
oh my god,
glacial.
It was a
not
team-wide
nice
issue. You know what I mean? It was a team-wide.
And I think that's going to continue. They've had all these young players. Jacko Haitley didn't leave. Jai Caldwell didn't leave for no reason. These and more left. They're not core left. Yeah, exactly. And the team doesn't fall apart for no reason, just because everyone wants to leave. They wouldn't want to leave if they weren't.
Bad dynamic.
And that's exactly why. And you could see. And I think you could see. And now, and it makes more sense seeing all these young players leave last year. Watching them play, it all just kind of correlates. And I think they're going to be in for a tough year this year. A lot
Is the premiership window closed?
Oh, I think it is.
Oh, comfortably.
Comfortably. Do you think they're going to beat? I do not see them beating Richmond at their own home ground, let alone at the MCG.
No.
Let alone under pressure.
I don't think the Giants are going to be really good enough to push for
top 8.
Top 8 at this point in time.
The
only reason I'm not tipping the Saints with full force is because of their injury list. That's literally it.
They're 2 blokes on that injury list being back in away from me tipping them.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Yep.
GWS, I'm feeling there's a few parallels here between GWS and Collingwood this year. A lot of off-season drama with blokes leaving.
Yep.
You've got a coach who's really got a fire lit under the arsehole,
yep.
and he's worried about what his future's going to be in Leon Cameron and Buckley here. Forward lines are looking iffy. They've got Hogan in. They've lost Cameron. Cameron's another. There you go. Hogan in. Yeah, exactly. What's he going to do? What's Hogan going to do? The greatest potential forward since John Butcher. What's he going to do? Not saying he can't do anything, but what's he done thus far? So it's interesting to see where the Giants are going to end up this year. And this is a no-win situation for them, this game, the Giants. Think about it. Because if they beat the Saints, everyone's like, cool, you beat the Saints. They had half their squad out with injury. Right? If they lose, you're toasted. You couldn't beat
season's over.
You couldn't beat a depleted St Kilda at your own home deck. So there's no. I mean, I know you can only play who's in front of you, but there's no win here for them. Do you know what I mean in terms of narrative wise?
Ouch.
The only way that would get stopped is if they absolutely flog the Saints, and that's not going to happen.
Well, I'd be stunned unless you start pulling out the golf clubs and balls and start knocking off more Saints players. Big rip to Big King.
That was Toby Green, 100%. That's his MO.
What with the spud gun? Sure,
MO.
Sure. So no Cameron means Himmelberg and Finlayson are going to have to step up. So look out for that. Giants backline's looking very young. You've got Idun, if I pronounced that correctly. Hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, expert on deck. Idun, Ash, and Cumming in the backline at the minute. That's a young, inexperienced backline, comparatively speaking. Mm-hmm. Saints hit by injury. I guess we'll see how it goes. Look, I'm tipping GWS 1-39, but I'm not confident. I'm not comfortable in that. You mentioned
coin flip.
It is a coin flip. Now, you mentioned the individual performances beforehand with the Crows. That's what I'm looking at here. In terms of a multi for this game, I do love a same game multi. You blokes can attest to that. I'm liking Himmelberg, 1 goal or more. Taranto, 25 touches. Now, that alone is paying $1.91. Taranto for 25. Come on. Work with me. And a bit of a weird one, if you want to go on preseason form, Jack Loney, have a goal. And Steele for the Saints, 20 touches. Loves playing against the old mob. Smack all of that together, $4.20.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
and look, I know I brought up Zach Merritt before, but if the Saints are going to push into the top 4, which I think they absolutely can do,
knock on the door. Yeah.
I think Jack Steele has a real chance of winning a Brownlow this year.
Steel season.
The old twisted steel and sex appeal, as they say.
Who says that?
I do.
I like it. I mean, look, he's been a good player for a long time. Moved from a tagging role into a
midfielder,
which you hear about.
You
hear about every single game. Who is he going to tag?
He doesn't tag anymore. He hasn't tagged for 12 months, and he has been a key cog in that St Kilda rebuild. Added some goals to his bow last year. If he can kick a few more this year, it could very well be on the cards.
Watch out, Charlie.
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I would love that too. I would really like that.
Good looking boy. I can say that.
Respect. Just respect his game. Respect his game.
Respect
the man. Yeah.